Okay, friends, we are going to discuss today a new topic about gravitation. We finished introduction in gravitation, universal law of gravitation. If you didn't watch it, it is given in the description box. The two videos link you can check it. And today we are going to discuss about Kepler's law, free fall, acceleration due to gravity. First, we will discuss free fall. See here. Today we are going to discuss acceleration due to gravity, free fall and Kepler's law. Let's start with a high five. If we had discussed these questions in the previous class that what the Newton's told about universal law of gravitation and the force between them and the derivation of the formula of force is equal to G into m1 into m2 divided by d square. F is equal to G m1 into m2 divided by d square, and if the distance between the two objects are decreased by half of it, what is the force? I had explained you how the 4F will be become. You didn't watch it, in the description box the link is given, please watch it. And today the first topic is free fall. Let's discuss a free fall. An object is said to be in a free fall when it falls under the gravitation force influence. Read with me once again. An object is said to be in free fall when it falls under the gravitation force influence. When the object is said to be in falls, when object is falling in the influence of gravitation force. When the object is falling, see, for example, this is our scale. When we drop it from here, it will go down because of the influence of gravitation. It is called as free fall. Second point, read with me. While there is no change in direction of motion of a free falling object, the magnitude of velocity will change. If I drop it from here, there is a no change in direction. See, there is a no change in direction. Okay, there is no change in direction of motion of a free falling object. The magnitude the magnitude of velocity will change. If there is a the object will not change its direction, but the magnitude of velocity will change. First point, when the object is falling with the influence of gravitation force, it is a free fall, and while falling the object will change magnitude of velocity but not direction. The free fall is done, and let us discuss about acceleration due to gravity. First point, read with me. Objects accelerate towards the earth as the result of planets pull on the bodies. Object accelerate. This is object, for example, it when I drop it from here, it accelerate towards the earth as the result of planets pull on the bodies, because the planets pull on the bodies has the result. First point has done. Second point, read with me. This is called acceleration due to gravity force of earth represented by small g. The acceleration due to gravity is represented by which capital or small g. Okay, the value of small g on the earth is 9.8 meter per second. The value of small g on the moon is different. The value of small g on Jupiter is different. So the value of small g on the earth is 9.8 meter per second. Our acceleration due to is gravity has done. I will show you an amazing picture example of acceleration due to gravity. Check it. See, the apples are falling because of acceleration due to gravity. How amazing picture it is. Yes, na? You can check the PDF. I had given the link in the description. Go after the class, you can download it. Next, Kepler's law. The final topic of the today's class, that is Kepler's law. And law number one, what our Kepler sir told that law number one, Kepler's first law of planetary motion states that planets move around the sun in such a way that sun always remain at one of its focus. See, there is an eclipse in which sun is a focus and the planets are revolving around the sun. The orbit is in the eclipse shape and the sun is the focus of that eclipse, or you can say that it is a focus. There are two focus in the eclipse. One focus is our sun and the planets are revolving around that. The Kepler's are told that Kepler's first law of planetary motion states the planets move around the sun in such the way the sun is remains at one of its focus. The sun is focus and the planets is revolving around that. The Kepler's law says that the planets are revolving around the sun in such a way that sun is a focus. The sun is in the place of focus. Understood? Moving to the second law. According to the second law, the line joining planet to the sun sweeps out equal area in equal time interval. As the planet revolve around the sun is different elliptical orbit. If see, I told you that the sun is a focus. First, the planet Earth is here, and sometime the time lag is 1 hour. Sorry, the time taken by it to complete. Wait, the cursor. Huh. Alright. First, the position of the Earth is here, and the next after 1 hour. Alright. Huh. After 1 hour, the Earth came here. The time taken is 1 hour, and this area is equal to this area. How? See here. From this place to this place, Earth take 1 hour time. Same like that. From this place to this place, the Earth took one time to complete the area. So the Kepler sir is telling that according to the second law, the Kepler sir is telling that the line joining a planet to the sun sweeps out equal area and equal interval time as the planet revolve around the sun is different orbit. Okay. Here saying that this area is equal to this area. The second law is about this much only. Moving to the third law. It states that square of a time period is proportional to the cube of its semi-major axis. Semi-major axis means its radius. You think that it is a focus means it is a sun. It is our orbit. These are the planets. These from the first. These are the two planets. You assume that, and the R1 is different. R2 is different, and time period of two planets is different. That assume that this is a planet 1 and this is a planet 2. The time period of planet 1 is T1, the time period of planet 2 is T2, and the radius between sun and planet 1 is R1 and the radius between sun and the planet 2 is R2. Let's discuss in the second slide. That is T1 square divided by T2 square is equal to R1 cube divided by R2 cube. Means the time period of first time period of planet 1, the square of the time period of planet 1 divided by the time period of planet 2 square is equal to cube of radius of planet 1 divided by cube of radius of planet 2. This is the formula which had given by our Kepler's sir. We will discuss once again. In law number 1, sir told that the planets are revolving in such a way our sun is a focus. The planets are revolving around the sun in such a way that sun is our focus. Our focus means the sun remains at one of its focus. Okay. Second law, the line joining planet to the sun sweeps. Sweeps means the planets moving like this. Sweeps out equal area and equal interval of time. I explained had you that it took from here to here 1 hour and here to here 1 hour. So these both are equal in area. Law number 3 that the time period of the square of time period of planet 1 divided by square of time period of planet 2 is equal to cube of radius of planet 1 divided by cube of radius of, you can say that t1 square divided by t2 square is equal to r1 cube divided by r3 cube. Now we had finished free fall acceleration due to gravity and our Kepler's law. With some of the facts we are going to end our session. Wait some time, I will bringing the Google screen. Let some drink some water. Okay. Wait few minutes. Huh. The screen has just opened. I will be sharing the screen in few seconds. Okay, the screen had came. Now I am going to display that. Okay, it had came. I think. Huh. So it's lagging. So wait. Huh. It came. G double O. It's taking time, guys. So today is Sunday. Tomorrow is Monday. Tomorrow the new chapter. Matlab new chapter means new session. Wait guys. Huh. We are finishing in tomorrow's class exercise 8.1. Don't miss that. Facts. Facts of today. We had read that and 5 science facts that will blow your mind. Let's read it. What is that? Hawaii is moving closer by Alexa. Wait. Top 10 interesting facts. Okay. Glaciers of ice sheets hold about 69% of world's fresh water. You can see the polar regions where the glaciers are present. It holds 69% of world's fresh water. And the second fact is the fastest gust of wind ever recorded on the earth has 25 miles per hour. The wind fastest gust of wind ever recorded in the earth is 25 to 53 miles per hour, and the recent droughts in Europe were the worst in 2100 years. The best place in the world to see rainbows is in Hawaii. Hawaii rainbow scenes we will check today only. Hawaii rainbow images. We will check today only, guys, how it is, how amazing the picture is. See, you can see on your screens. Wow, what an amazing scenery, guys. See here, wow. See, you can see here. Okay, we will end the session. He's my brother. See. Okay. Bye. Tell. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, we will end the session here. Tomorrow we are going to discuss or we are going to solve a new exercise. No, new exercise. No, exercise 8.1. We will finish tomorrow. Okay, bye, friends. Bye.